It's easy to take action when things are going great. But when you hit the bump in the road, that's what separates people who have success from those who don't. From the biggest adversity comes the greatest opportunities, the greatest chances. And I know this because back in the day, I was doing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and then the Meredith Vieira Show. I was making so much money on the Meredith Vieira Show. I lived in a big house. I had fancy cars. I had the reverence of my job, 150 people that worked for me. I had an assistant. They bought my lunches. I lost that job. I was living at home with my wife at the time and my 3 kids. And we started to run out of money. We started to have problems. My marriage, which was not good to begin with, started to really have trouble. You throw money problems into a marriage, real big problems happen. So then we got divorced. I moved out. I was renting a place with no job. I hadn't worked for over a year. And I got thrown out of this place because they decided to sell it while I was living in it. And that was at the beginning of COVID. So now I had no job, no money, no place to live with my kids. I was down and out. And I had to ask myself, what can I learn from this? I didn't want to just fall down on the floor. I wanted to pick myself back up. So I went to the library and I started looking for all these motivational books. Tony Robbins, Eckhart Tolle, you name it. I was reading everything I could get my hands on. And it was great. But it wasn't what I needed to hear. I needed to hear from somebody who had fallen down and had lifted themselves back up, and I couldn't find that book. So you know what I did? I wrote it. I wrote the book, and in January of that year was the first chapter. I said, every month of this year I'm gonna write another chapter. And this year, even though I haven't worked in over a year, I'm gonna make $225,000. Now that was a long shot to say the least, okay? But I said to myself, you're gonna relearn the lessons that you learned the first time you did this. But you're gonna do it with a better mental state, a better mindset, a cleaner path forward so that you can sustain it this time. And the first chapter was all about small steps. What's the first step I could take? What's the next step, the next step, the next step? And I started taking steps in January. Then February rolled around. I had to write something in February. So I was like, okay, action's one thing, but what about adapting? The ability to adapt to that action and how the results are turning out. So then I started to adapt. And I kept learning lessons along the way. And then I started writing about manifesting and how you can't just wish for things. You have to really believe them and know how to visualize and pull them towards you and release your grip on them. And after 3 months of writing this book, I had gone from making $0 to making $0. I was still knocked down, but I didn't give up. I kept pushing because I know when you plant seeds, you don't just leave because the sprouts haven't happened yet. You have to keep watering them. You have to fertilize them. You have to make sure they're getting sunshine. So I kept planting these seeds. And by about June, I got a job for 6 weeks, making, I think, $40,000. And then I got another job and another job. And miraculously, by December 20th of that year, I had made $190,000. And I was writing the final chapter of the book. And I was writing, if you think I didn't make it, then you don't understand what this book is really about. This was about remembering what it was like to be rich. I needed to relearn what it took to get there and do it again. And that's what this book was about. It wasn't about making $225,000. And I started talking myself out of it, like I'm not gonna do it. But guess what happened? On December 20th, I got a call from a production company that wanted me to develop some TV shows for them. And they offered me $35,000 to the penny. $225,000. And at that point, I said to myself, this is really powerful stuff. What this book just did for me is powerful stuff. I need to share this with other people. So then I started researching how these things worked, and that's what led me to NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, and that's what led me to the Core Emotional Needs series I do. It all started from that book. It all started from that adversity. So when you're at your lowest, that is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to look at everything in your life and apply gratitude. Apply gratitude. When I'm struggling at night to go to sleep, and it happens to all of us, coach, non-coach, Tony Robbins, I'm sure, has his moments too. And you're trying to go to sleep and you have this thought looping in your head. How can you be grateful for it? How can you apply gratitude to this thought? That's what will release you. And that's what will show you the opportunity. Because if you're hanging on too tight to the stress, to the anger, to the panic, to the negative voice inside of your head, to all of those old stories that you tell yourself, you're not going to see the opportunity. The opportunity is behind the wall that is called panic, stress, resentment, whatever you call it, revenge, all these emotions that do you no good, anger. Once you can apply gratitude to that, the wall opens up, and behind that wall is the path forward. I hope this helps you. I really do believe that no matter what you're going through, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Just continue to move forward. Just continue to dream. Just continue to hope. And let's do this together. Subscribe to the channel. Let's have our paths go side by side. So you could say, I knew Rich Syrup back when he only had 334 subscribers, and now he has 1 million. And I could say, and I had these people following me before they wrote their books, before they changed their careers, before they made their money, before they found love. And we did it together.